What's the secret sauce behind a WAGMI event that sets it apart from the traditional networking mixers?
I mean, one comes always to my head, which is I think it's the power of like what I said back with Edmund. I guess the real reason why we kind of do this was just curating the personal touch to it. The events, like I said, when I went to one prior, it's like there really was just like, hey, you just go mingle. But for me, and I think we take great pride, great pride in knowing that me and Dave are doing everything possible to make sure that everyone's feeling at home as much as they can, even though they're at the networking event. So, like for example, I understand too, like when I went to the networking event, like, and I'm an outgoing person, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very, I'm all about let's talk, let's walk. But going to that first networking event, I was like, oh, this is the nerves is getting to me. The jitters is a little, I'm a little uneasy, even though like I love talking. So I could kind of imagine how it would feel for somebody who was a little bit more introverted, but it did take the steps to
Okay.
go. They did take the steps to go to the networking event. And when you get the ticket, we're all knowing like, hey, you're here to have a good time, you're here to connect, you're here to do this. So for me and David, it's always about making sure that they're feeling comfortable. And that's like when we do see someone coming that's a little like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, we always go up to them, even if it's not like, even if they're not for the event, because we've gotten those people like, hey, are you here for the event? And they're like, no. And I'm like, all right, my bad. But I'd rather have that on ourselves, knowing that we did everything possible. So the person that does come in, they're not like worried of where to go. They're not nervous. It's more of like, hey, when they're here and we finally say, hey, how are you? I'm Mike. Are you here for the event? And they say yes. That's when we go in and give that personal touch. I'll be like, hey, well, I'm the host, da da da, and then we just go in, and then that's how we introduce everyone. So they don't have that feeling of nervousness, the awkwardness. Like we want them to feel that WAGMI, you're here and taken care of, even though it's a networking event. And there's a lot of people here, but we're gonna make sure that you're gonna have a good time and make sure that you meet people.
I would also
Go
add
ahead.
that like, we also have activities to help with bonding. In the past, we've done like
Actually, yeah.
networking bingo, we've done like round circles, and we just share like who we are, what we're doing, and it's a great way to sort of break the ice and help people just see like who they want to connect, knowing, give them like a view of like what's the next step for them at this event. Kind of help clears the at least the mystery and the uncertainty in the air.
How do you curate events that actually result in real connections?
Yeah, of course. I think like when it comes to like building those really great events, I think a lot of it is about the ambience and choosing the right location to create these third places, right?
Nice.
I
Yeah.
think it previous. I think so. I wouldn't say Starbucks created this idea of third place, but for us, it's not about just one location. It's about the community. So,
Yeah.
kind of just honing in on that is what's driving us and driving people to come back and come more often.
What differentiates WAGMI from other networking spaces or offices?
We do a lot of partnerships where we curate the experience for the specific targetings that we're doing. So I think just recently we partnered up with one of the universities in New York,
Wow.
and
Okay.
we're
Congratulations.
helping. Thank you, and we're helping these students learn how to just break into the corporate world, learn how to network, learn how to really speak about and sell their own story. And we did this by actually going. We had this office event space, and then from there we actually brought in recruiters, we brought in expertise, and they actually from there we had like, this whole session where we're teaching them, we're guiding them, and we're connecting them with other professionals where they can practice and learn and take home some insights for the future.
What do most people get wrong about networking today? Mike's turn.
Yeah, no, I can definitely talk to that. I've been to a couple now. I've been to how many networking events have you done now, Edwin? Maybe like the past 5 months. Think about it, Mahid. We've
Been
been
like
doing two networking events every week for 5 months.
Wow. Okay. That's a
So
lot.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think the main one is something that people get wrong is, from my point of view, everyone thinks it's kind of like a sales transactional. Like, hey, this is
Yeah.
very salesy, very transactional. Why would I go if like everyone's just trying to sell me something?
Hmm.
That might be true in maybe some cases for networking events. But I know from ours, we definitely prioritize make sure that there is a foundation, there's like a friendship, a connection before
Exactly.
there's any LinkedIn numbers, LinkedIn accounts, business cards coming out, because I think that's what we want to be. I guess the stereotype for networking events, we want to get away from that. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
we want to have a foundation of relationships before hitting into anything else. Because I think once you have a strong foundation, that'll be the set point for everything going forward. So I think that's
Exactly.
probably one thing that everyone gets wrong from our, I guess, from our networking events is very transactional. It's we have to like make sure that we have that third place set in, make sure that you have a friend and foundation or a relationship before we start with that. So
Exactly, because
that'd be one.
you're building trust at the end of the day. So,
Exactly.
what's one WAGMI event moment you will never forget,
Mm.
whether a bad one or a good one?
The second event that we did, we still didn't know what we were doing. We're like, hey, let's just figure it out. Let's see how we can get this done. And me, Edmund, David, Jonathan, like we were always in the meetings, like 2 hours. We're like, how can we better perfect this?
Wow.
And then the second event that we did, there was this person that quit her job, and she was like, hey, I'm trying to go into something else. And she was just like, I don't know how to get there. And to be honest, I didn't know anything about that space either. So I was like, all right, we could definitely talk about it, see like what you're thinking and things like that. And then at the end of the night, once everything was said and done, she came back and she was like, hey, like I'm gonna hug you right now. And I was like, why are you gonna hug me right now? And she was saying that because the exact same role that she was looking for, or what she wanted to go in, there was another person at our event that was already tenured in that situation or in that field. So right after, they're like, hey, we're gonna go get coffee after this to kind of talk about it. But she was like, I just want to let you know that your event really gave me like an in to kind of figure out what I could do and what the next steps are. So I think once that, and I'm happy that it happened in the second event because that kind of solidified, like, hey, there's something here, guys. And if we could
Yeah.
hone on it, if we could perfect it, if we can craft it to make it better, then that's gonna be the key moment of us expanding into the right path. So I think that that's like the biggest one that kind of hit me, which was our second event.